Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are on this channel for the first time, I do a lot of fragrance reviews, but I do have some lifestyle content in form of vlogs. If you want to check that out, you can go on my homepage and you just go on my playlist. I have grouped all my content into like a playlist where if you want vlogs, if you want perfume reviews, story times, that sort of thing, it makes it easy for you to maneuver. And please do consider subscribing if you haven't already. I would appreciate you joining the family. To those who are returning, thank you so much for always supporting this channel. I appreciate you as always. Kindly give me a follow on Instagram. I go by the name CeeChronicles there. Today we have a fragrance review, Shalimar Oud by Ard Al Zaafaran. So I purchased it last year, but I didn't quite review it. So this is the packaging. It does have the imprint of the bottle, and this is how the bottle will actually look like. It looks like what is printed there on the box. So enough of the box. Now this is the actual bottle, very heavy bottle, well made, and the cap is familiar. Underlip had a cap like this, but underlip was from Asda. I have given this fragrance a test run, so this is not first impressions. Didn't get the nose for this fragrance, so I'm gonna go with my nose. Up front, I'm gonna say this fragrance is sweet, but it does have a lot of woods that carry it. So it's a sweet, spicy, woodsy scent. The wood in here is not intimidating. I get a beginner-friendly oud for those people that have not used oud or that are not into oud, or you don't want a skanky oud. This to me is quite a decent stepping stone into the oud fragrances. So the oud in here is quite gentle, it is quite soft, and so are the woods. So in as much as I'm saying I do get the woods and the oud, don't let this deter you from purchasing it if it sounds like something that you are interested in, because all the ingredients that I've used here are, to my nose at least, in moderation. So you're not going to get a heavy woodsy kind of scent where it's unbearable. There are those soft woods. Something in here again comes across as though there is cinnamon, but there is a prominent leather note in here. So this is also going to tick the boxes for people who like leather scents. So if you're a man or you are a woman and you like leather scents, you're probably gonna like this. Gender wise, I think I would say it's unisex, but it pulls about 70% masculine, unless you're a female and you have used fragrances, within this kind of scent profile. I personally don't have a problem with it. I am going to keep it in my collection. So for those who follow my nose and want to know what I like and what I don't like, this, in as much as I say it pulls 70% masculine, I can totally wear this. So yes, there is that prominent leather note, quite thick as well, and quite sweet. I am getting something there that feels like muffled florals, because it's more of the woods and the spices, and especially what feels like cinnamon that I get there. So in terms of me, like maybe hand picking the actual florals, that could be a bit misleading. I also get a sugary kind of sweet vibe that comes off maybe as vanilla-y. And again, this is just me going with my nose, because of course the fragrance to my nose smells a lot like it does have vanilla included as a note. Quite gentle for the males, but might not be as safe for blind buy for the females, or if you want to gift somebody that hasn't had their nose on a lot of fragrances, they might find that it needs a little bit of getting used to, but I personally don't have a problem with it. There's also something that feels like incense in here, so it is incensey, a bit smoky, definitely woodsy, leathery. Something feels like a prominent cinnamon in there. Yeah, this was a blind buy. I bought it off Dubai Perfume Cafe. When I smelled it for the first time, I knew I had it in my collection. This to me smells a lot like Lattafa's Velvet Oud. It smells identical actually to Lattafa's Velvet Oud. So if you already have Velvet Oud by Lattafa, maybe you don't need this, or it might actually be dependent on the price. If the price for this one is cheaper than Velvet Oud, or vice versa, then you may want to have one or the other. But having both, I don't think makes a lot of sense, because this to me is definitely within the same fragrance family as Velvet Oud. Now, to bring it closer to home, because I know a lot of people come here, they want to know, okay, what else is it similar to, in case you haven't put your nose on Velvet Oud. I would say this is the same profile that is similar to Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. But do take note that I have said there is an inclusion of oud in here, so it does feel a lot like Tom Ford's Tuscan leather. Now if you like that kind of scent profile, you are definitely gonna like this, but do take note that it does have that element of oud. So don't expect something that is just going to be just the normal woods without what feels like a little bit of oud. Yeah, so a Middle Eastern fragrance with that Middle Eastern fragrance vibe, but without being pungent. It can cater for the Western market, unfortunately, because they have written Shalimar oud. For some people that are simply tired of fragrances that have oud, this could be a put off. But at least, I mean, to my nose, I get a more wearable oud. So definitely something that you may want to check out if you haven't already, or if you do not own Lattafa's Velvet Oud, you may want to check this one out. The bottle for me looks a lot like a feminine bottle. I think maybe this top here is a bit misleading. It makes it look or seem as though it's marketed for women. I don't know why they did this, but I guess because it's unisex, I guess it is what it is. It does not have the florals that turn pretty, in case I did not mention that, because I've been trying to dig what feels, I can feel a floral here, but I've been trying to dig, you know, my nose to kind of see if I can maybe pin down what sort of floral, like the actual floral, but no, I'm not able to do that because there is that woodiness going on there. So it is kind of like, you know, it is kind of making me find it a little bit difficult to dig these other gentle notes that can be there. But what I can say is, in as much as I say I feel there is a floral here, the floral does not make this fragrance lean girly at all. So you are not to expect a floralness that will turn this into a pretty fragrance or something like that. No, I don't get that. I get a warm vanilla-y scent that is ambery in nature, with of course everything in moderation, at least maybe to my nose. To a first timer, which is why I said it might not be a great blind buy for a female, to a first timer sniffing it like this, it might be too much for somebody if your nose hasn't adapted to all these other scents and smells. But I see this one being a favorite for a lot of gentlemen out there. If you are looking for a cheapy and affordable fragrance that will do the will do the work, blended to perfection, I don't get anything that is headachy or any clash of notes or anything that is aggressive in here, then this is definitely something that I feel, you know, and I would recommend to my male audience out there. In terms of lasting power, I get a solid 7 to 8 hours on this fragrance, and it also projects for about an hour, and it has a decent sillage, but it doesn't have like a massive sillage where you'll be smelled like, you know, meters and meters away, but it does leave wafts off as you move around. So if you're into those kind of fragrances where you want your fragrance to be smelled, definitely this is something that is gonna give you that. It does also have like an office friendly appeal, in as much as I have described that it does have the oud and the woods and those stuff like that. It is not a fragrance that I see ticking people's noses in the wrong way. So in case you work with people, this might be ideal. Also might be ideal on a suit and tie occasion, because it does have an expensive appeal to it, and it is blended to perfection. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. I was talking about Ard Al Zaafaran's Shalimar Oud. This is a 75 ml bottle, so in as much as it looks so huge, they've gone ahead and utilized the artwork here, where half of it is actually just glass and then the contents are just there. So this is a 75 ml bottle for those who care for the contents and the size. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section. Let me know whether you've tried this fragrance, what you think of the profile. Are you into these kind of fragrances? Do you like Tom Ford's Tuscan leather? If you do, and you don't own Velvet Oud by Lattafa, then this might be an alternative for you. Like this video if you like it, share it if you want to share it, and turn on post notifications. That way you will be notified anytime I upload a video. It's been your girl CeeChronicles, and remember, guys, that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.